Alright, I got this Feyachi RS-30 red dot here. I'm gonna throw it on this 12 gauge, do a little torture test with it, then throw it on the rifle and make sure it still holds 0 after the torture test. I did order a brown one, so it will be brown in here. It just shows a black on the box, but I'll do a little quick unboxing and get it thrown on this shotgun here. So this is how it comes. There's your instructions and whatnot on top. I do want to mention, guys, this has a 1-year warranty. So not all of these little Chinese optics have a warranty like that. So 1-year warranty with this. So let's try it out. Okay, if it survives the torture test, I think she's good to go there. So it's got a battery in it already. I have pulled it out, played with it at the house, but that's it. Have not installed it, have not shot it or anything. Got a little screen wipe right there and an extra battery. So let me get this thing out of here. We'll take a look at it real quick. And there she is. Pretty nice looking little unit. I will point out real quick that what I was told I was being sent was called the RS-61, and this is the RS-30, which the RS-30 has a ton of reviews, actually a pretty good review rating on this, like thousands of reviews if I remember correctly. And it looks, you know, pretty much the same. So I assume the RS-61 was their updated version, because on the RS-61 there's only currently like 3 or 4 reviews on it compared to, again, I believe thousands on this one. So I was told I was getting the RS-61, but you can see clearly there the box says RS-30. However, I don't think the 30 was available in this collar, so I do believe it's the 61. I just think they reused an old box, I guess, but I'm not really sure, guys. But anyways, due to that, I'll go ahead and leave. Well, and I mean, the RS-30 is not a bad option anyways. Like I said, it's got a ton of reviews on it, and they got pretty good reviews overall. I think it's like 4.5 out of 5-star rating. They both have 1-year warranty. So I'll leave a link for the RS-30 in the description, and also the RS-61 as well. But I do believe this one's the RS-61, because I don't think the RS-30 came in this collar. But anyways, it's a little bit, I wouldn't say oversized, but it's a little larger than some others. So, you know, typically you might be used to seeing something like that, and you can see it's just a little bit bigger. So you got a bigger screen there and a bigger field of view. So I'll probably throw up a little quick screenshot here as showing some of the features, because I don't want to spend too long talking about it there. Plus, of course, you can always check it out, link in the description, and go read the details for yourself. But I'm going to go ahead and throw this thing on here and get started. Alright, so there she is, all mounted up. It might look a little wonky being on the stainless and whatnot with the brown. I mean, I think it looks kind of cool. You know, if they got black, like I said, if you'd prefer the black there. Or if you have a flat, darker, you know, rifle, you're going to want that collar to match it there. But there she is, mounted up on the 12 gauge, trying to get a few angles for you guys here. Alright. Which, by the way, there was 2 different, there you can see them, they were just kind of tucked back in the corner there, so it came with the wrenches to mount it, and then also a littler one to like break it down and whatnot. So to turn it on, you just use this button. Every time you hit it, it gets brighter and brighter and brighter. It's got 6 different brightness settings until it resets. It'll just go 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, just like this. That's also how you turn it on. Sorry, by the way, about the dirty fingernails. I was doing gel tests earlier and having to dig through that stuff to get bullets out, so that's why my fingernails are a little dirty, so I apologize for that. Let me see here. It's going to be difficult to show on camera. Alright, there we go. So as I said, you just keep clicking it on the side. Each time you click it, it'll get brighter and brighter until it gets to the brightest setting, at which point if you click it again, it'll automatically start over at the lowest setting. So there it is. It always looks terrible on camera, guys. It looks much brighter in person than that. I have it all the way up, but yeah, like 3 times brighter in real life there. So you can see the little crosshair there. So it's got 4 different settings on the back here. They pretty much look just like what it displays there. So that one is the regular, I guess, cross you would call it there. Then you got, it's kind of like a circle cross with a dot in the middle, and camera always has a hard time focusing on that reticle, but they will look just like that. It's just the camera does a real horrible job. And so this one's kind of like a circle with a dot in the middle right here, and then you got just your fine point red dot, which again, much brighter in person. To sight it in, there's your adjustment for left and right adjustments, and then up top there's for the up and down adjustments. So we'll get started here. Just want to show you there, as you can see, this is a 12 gauge, says so right there on the barrel. And we're just going to put this box of 12 gauge shells through it. So we'll put it through this little mini torture test here, and then I'll get it on the rifle and get her zeroed and play with the adjustments to make sure it moves the point of impact and such like it should after putting 25 rounds of 12 gauge through it. Just wanted to show you here, nice audible, and you can feel the feedback too. Clicks. Hopefully you guys can hear it. A lot of times these more budget oriented red dots, they'll be just kind of like mushy when you turn it. This one's got real nice feedback and real good audible clicks there. All right, I haven't taken any shots yet, but I got it pretty close to where I think it's going to be good enough with the shotgun at least to knock down some of these steels. So let's get started. All right, so what you see there, still says 12 gauge. I ain't trying to fool you with a 20 gauge or nothing. So go ahead and load up here. Ah, my fingers are cold. It's like 34 degrees out here right now. God, I only had 4 in there. One in the chamber. Safety on. By the way, guys, I do have a review video on this shotgun. I'm actually pretty impressed for the price point. I paid $150 for this, but I've seen them on sale as low as $129. So if you want to check out the review video on that, I'll put a link in the description for that as well. All right, let's try some shots back here from behind the camera. I think she's shooting a little high. I need to adjust it a little bit more, but you'll get that done on the rifle. I mean, obviously, this is not a single bullet. We are shooting bird shot here, so. Oh, I wish I had that on camera. So what was I doing? I was testing a scope and I was putting it through a torture test. I actually just caught this in my arms. This thing flew off on me, smacked me in the face with the scope. That's the only problem I've had on this shotgun. This sight that it comes with, real light plastic, and when I put the big heavy scope on there, it just ripped off. So I super glued this thing on there because it doesn't stay on too good, and I thought with this red dot it might be all right, but this thing is quite a bit heavier than this all plastic sight, and well, she just came off there. So I guess we're done with that. I got about half the box of shells through there, so at least we got that before it flew off. So now I'm gonna have to take it off there and get it on the rifle. All right, so there it is on the 10-22. Now I know this is only a 22, but that was the whole purpose behind putting a bunch of 12 gauge rounds through it. So like I said, at least we got through half that box. So got her on the 22 there now, and try to get her zeroed on this target here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these preliminary shots, see if we're on paper there, and we'll make the necessary adjustments. So not sure how much you guys can see back here, but I'll definitely go up and show you in case you can't see nothing on the camera here. I need to, sorry for the shaking there, I'm trying to get this thing set. I need to order more of my shoot and see targets, but I think you guys should be able to see that from there. All right, well, I can't, oh, there we go. I was gonna say, I couldn't see it from back here, but I see it there on the camera there. So off to the right there, so I need to bring her left. But just real quick before I do that, I'm going to test the up and down. So we'll leave it off to the right there, but let me crank it up a decent amount here, see if they hit higher, as they should. All right, so now they should group higher. And they did there, so let me bring them back down. All right, so I brought it back down the same amount, so they should be in the same vicinity as the first two shots now. Yep, I see them there. I think I pulled a little left on those two, but you can see they're right there in the same spot. I'll go down and take a look real quick. I know one of them's touching the other hole. And I'm not trying to be super accurate or anything, I'm just getting this thing zeroed. So our first two were here, then I cranked it up 15 clicks, then we were there, cranked it back down 15 clicks, and you can see we're right back down here again. So seems to be working after this 12 gauge round. So now I'm going to give it some clicks to the left to get her centered here and bullseyed. Well, that's not good. It looks like it didn't move. Let me try again. Alright, well, it looks like it moved that time. Now I'm going to try to come back, see what happens. Let me give it the same amount of clicks back. Looks like it came back to the same vicinity, so now let's go back to the left again. I don't know, maybe I just didn't click it enough the first time, because it moved right back again. So again, I'm just free-handed shooting this too. So, you know, we were here, I gave it some clicks to the left, and then we were still here, so I gave it some more clicks, and then we came over here. They gave it the same amount back, which was 12 by the way, and then we were right back here. So then I went back again 12 clicks, and now we're right back where we were. So it's working. So I'm assuming it's just because I was free-handed, and maybe because I'm moving around a little bit there, but it just went right back and forth right to where it was. So anyways, guys, I was working on perfecting the zero, which I did. I just was showing what I did here to show you that it was working. You know, the adjustment clicks were working up, down, left, right, even after the 12 gauge. So I'll spare you the rest of it, and we'll go ahead and get to more shooting here on the steel targets. A 22 generally doesn't have enough power to knock these down. You usually need like a 9mm minimum out here to reliably knock these down consecutively. Sometimes 380 can knock them over, but not always. But anyways, if you aim towards the top on those bowling pins, sometimes a 22 will knock them down. So I'm going to shoot quite a bit of the steel here, and come back to the paper target when we're done, make sure it held 0. That one clear to the right's always stubborn. Sometimes 9mm won't even knock that over. Alright, well, contrary to what I said earlier, I wasn't really thinking when I said it. I don't think I need to go back to the paper, because it's pretty obvious if I'm hitting those little tips of the bowling pins back there, which, by the way, that's 15 yards, then I don't think there's any question that it's holding 0, so... So I'll just do a quick voiceover here. I rambled on about this way too long. So I had an issue to where it kept shutting off on me, and it turned out to be the battery. So if you have an issue with it keep shutting off on you while you're shooting or whatever, try a new battery, and that'll most likely solve the issue. So sometimes when the battery comes pre-installed, like the one in this did, and again they gave the spare, but while it's in there, if there's not something between the battery and the cap, it can have a slow power drain even though it's off. So that's probably what happened there, because the second battery that they included with it, I popped it in there and immediately started working right and did not shut off on me anymore whatsoever. So the issue I had with it wanting to shut off on me constantly was just that the battery was no good. So with that, pretty positive review today. I didn't have any issues once I found out it was just the battery there. Swapped it, no problems. I did run some more rounds down the pipe there, and like I said, it's staying on now and whatnot, so it was just a battery issue there. So like I said, clearly she's holding 0 there, because I'm able to nail the tippy top of those bowling pins back there at 15 yards consistently to get them to fall over. So, you know, she's holding 0 and whatnot, and we tested it out pretty good on the paper down there that fell over on me. You know, it's every time I'd move it, it would move, it seems, and she's holding 0. So, and like I said, guys, they do have a 1-year warranty on these products as well. So should you ever have an issue, you got 12 months there to get it corrected. So if you want to check one out for yourself, link in the description. But I appreciate you guys stopping by and checking it out, and I hope to see you on the next one. Just a little bonus footage for you guys real quick. If you made it all the way to the end, I appreciate that. Just want to show you that you can reach out here with this thing, no problem. So out there at the third mound, I have my gong set up at 150 yards. There, you can see it there. I just got it leaned up against the cardboard box. It's freshly painted, so hopefully we can see the impacts. The ground's still kind of frozen, so I can't get my hook in the ground, so it might not ding that loud because it's not hanging and it's leaned up against something, but hopefully you see the impact since I just painted it. Keep in mind, I'm not going for superb accuracy. I'm just trying to hit the plate. Trying to make this quick because this video is too long already. So those first string of shots there was the group you see off to the right there. And again, I wasn't trying to be accurate or anything like that, just trying to hit the plate. So I seen that I was hitting off to the right there. So remember, we were only zeroed for 10 yards at that pistol bay. So really I needed to perfect the 0 to be shooting this distance. So that's why it's a little off to the right there. So knowing that it was off to the right, I shot another string of ammo there, and so I aimed off to the left edge, and you can see them there hitting on the left side. So I just wanted to show you guys the results down here since it was hard to see from the recording there. Again, guys, links are in the description. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you on the next one.